Today we're here to think about what is the truth about a midlife crisis. My name is Lee Balcom and I'm the internet's leading marriage expert. I hear this question so frequently, what is a midlife crisis? So today we're going to talk about what it really is, not what we kind of pretend that it is or assume that it is. Forget the stereotypes. It isn't about a new car. It isn't about a new relationship. It isn't about reliving adolescence. It's not some quest that people are on. A midlife crisis is for real, but it's none of those things that are stereotypes. And what those stereotypes are dysfunctional ways of trying to answer the real question of what's going on in a midlife crisis. Because you see, a midlife crisis is about something much, much more important than those surface things. A midlife crisis is about meaning. More specifically, it's about leading a meaningful life. It's one with purpose and enjoyment. You see, lots of times we get to midlife when we suddenly realize that we've only got half a life left. We've already lived this life and we're suddenly going, what have I done? Where have I gone? Have I accomplished what I wanted to? And most of us realize that we've just stumbled through the doors that open in front of us instead of picking a direction that would be meaningful to us, and suddenly we find ourselves in the midst of a crisis. So why a midlife crisis becomes a marriage crisis is very simple to look at. Because everything is up for grabs when someone is having a midlife crisis. Everything is up for grabs. And it's a very confusing time and a feeling because you're trying to figure out who you're going to be and what you want to be about. Equilibrium seems to be impossible to find, both for the person who's going through the crisis and for their spouse, because everything is turned upside down. Unfortunately, it's often the marriage that gets the focus, because when somebody is going through all the pain of this transition, they're trying to find something that is the root cause. And once they've discarded the old car, and once they've discarded the job, and once they've tried these other topics, what's next? The marriage. That's what's the constant. So they start thinking, maybe this isn't where I need to be. Unfortunately, they're incorrect about that too. So if you want to learn more about how to save your marriage, even if it's in the midst of a midlife marriage crisis, in fact, I have an audio that's available if you go now to www.savethemarriage.com. That's www.savethemarriage.com. You'll hear my audio about the dangers of a midlife marriage crisis and how to deal with them. That's www.savethemarriage.com.